we are going to begin here. Now today our next lecture is Mudaraba mode of financing. Mudaraba mode of financing is the most important mode of financing, but it is not much more applicable in Islamic banking nowadays as compared to Muraba and cost plus financing, Muraba mode of financing, which one we discussed in the last class, that was very popular in the Islamic banking. But Mudaraba mode of financing just for discussion, but not applicable, not much applicable, available but not applicable in modern Islamic banking. But now banks are offering Mudaraba mode of financing, but it is not much clear. So first of all, summary overview of Mudaraba mode of financing. Mudaraba mode of financing is a mode of financing that is on the customer's behalf by a bank. That is very simple definition, but I'm going to explain with a very simple way. You please follow me here. Mudaraba is a contract. Mudaraba mode of financing is a contract where we find two partners. Mudaraba is a contract between two partners whereby one partner, who is Rabbul Mal, contributes money, contributes wealth, contributes capital, financial capital, and the other partner, who is the Mudarib, does the work. So these two partners make an agreement, make an investment agreement. One partner provides capital, second partner does work. And the Rabbul Mal, in case of profits, both partners share the profits if this partnership earn profits over the specific time periods when the investment proceeds, benefits or loss are earned, then profit is shared between two partners according to the pre-decided terms and conditions. For example, both can be agreed upon 70-30%, like 70% for capital provider, 30% for workers, for the Mudarib. अब यहाँ पे जो रब्बुल माल है जिसने कैपिटल प्रोवाइड किया है और मुदारिब दोनों प्रॉफिट शेयर करेंगे, तो प्रॉफिट रेशियो कुछ भी हो सकती है, 70-30%, 40-60%, 50-50%, जिस कंडीशन पे, जिस रेशियो पे वो दोनों एग्री हो जाए. But in case of loss is also possible. In case of loss, only Rabbul Mal, the customers, in case of loss, only customer will bear loss. This is the overview of Mudaraba mode of finance. And in this case, in case of law, bank will take no fee. Okay, this is the overview. Now we are going to the next. The most important key point of Mudaraba mode of financing is that this mode of financing is also called profit and profit sharing and loss bearing mode of financing. Profit sharing and loss bearing mean profit will be shared between two parties, two or more parties, and loss will be borne by the capital provider, by the capital provider, funds providers, and money providers. So, in this case, the worker, in case of loss, worker can negotiate the wage, because in case of loss will be borne by the capital provider, by the money provider, but the worker can demand the wage if in terms and conditions both are agreed upon a specific wage for his work. They can decide. Now we are going to types of Mudaraba mode of financing. First one is restricted mode of financing. Second one is unrestricted mode of financing. The first restricted mode of financing is here, please. In case of restricted mode of financing, capital is granted with the condition that Mudarib can invest in any project. Mudarib can invest in any project. मुदारिब किसी भी बिजनेस में कैपिटल को इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है, और रब्बुल माल कैपिटल प्रोवाइडर कोई टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन वहां पे इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करता. इट मींस here one thing very important, this is unrestricted mode of financing in which capital is provided with the condition that Mudarib can invest in any kind of project. That is unrestricted Mudaraba. Unrestricted Mudaraba in which Mudarib can invest financial capital in any kind of project, no restriction on the investments. And the second one is restricted Mudaraba, in which Mudarib will invest the provided capital in the restricted projects by the capital provider. Restricted Mudaraba में जो मुदारिब है उसी प्रोजेक्ट में इन्वेस्ट करेगा जिसको रब्बुल माल ने इन्वेस्टर ने हाईलाइट किया हुआ है. That's the difference between these two types, restricted and unrestricted Mudaraba. Two-tier Mudaraba, that is the next part. Two-tier Mudaraba is the initial concept of Islamic banking. This type of Mudaraba, we find two-tier. In the first part of Mudaraba, we find Mudaraba is between the bank and the capital provider, capital depositor. The first tier Mudaraba is held between the bank and the capital provider, who is the depositor. And the second tier Mudaraba is held between the bank and the clients who need financing. Very simple. Two-tier Mudaraba में first tier Mudaraba बैंक और कैपिटल प्रोवाइडर के दरमियान होता है. इस केस में फर्स्ट ईयर केस में कैपिटल प्रोवाइडर रब्बुल माल होगा और बैंक क्या होगा, मुदारिब होगा। सेकंड टियर केस में सेकंड टियर मुदारबा बैंक और उस क्लाइंट के दरमियान होल्ड करता है जिसको फाइनेंसिंग की जरूरत होती है। इस केस में सेकंड टियर में बैंक कैपिटल प्रोवाइडर होगा और जो क्लाइंट होगा वो क्या होगा, मुदारिब होगा जिसको फाइनेंसिंग की जरूरत है। So this is a very simple definition of two-tier Mudaraba. The most important point is over here is that the funds depositor here, the fund depositors place their funds into the bank without any guarantee of the return of principal amounts and the profits on the principal amount. There is no guarantee of the profits because this is a kind of investment based on profit sharing and loss bearing. So here in two-tier Mudaraba, bank plays very important role. Here, please follow this one. In two-tier Mudaraba, bank plays a very important intermediation role. Intermediation role means bank receives capital from the deposited and provide capital to the investors, to the mudarib. So bank is an intermediary, plays an intermediation role between depositors and customers who need financing. Why bank plays this role? Very important. Bank plays this important role to protect depositors' capital adequately from all kind of risks associated with second tier Mudaraba agreements, because investment process is complete in the second year, not in the first year. Bank provide protection to the risks associated with the process of investment, which will be held in the second tier Mudaraba. बैंक का काम क्या है, डिपॉजिटर्स की अमाउंट को प्रोटेक्शन देना, डिपॉजिटर्स की इन्वेस्टमेंट को प्रोटेक्शन देना, उस तमाम रिस्क के साथ जो सेकंड टियर मुदारबा में इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोसेस में हमें रिस्क में इन्वेस्टमेंट में सामने आता है. So this is the purpose of bank. This is the role of bank as an intermediation. This is the intermediation role of bank. That is very simple. Now, the most serious problem in two-tier Mudaraba is that in two-tier Mudaraba, depositor not only have their principal at risk, here depositors have not only their principal amount is at risk, but they also find a significant swings, significant ups and downs in the profit paid on their deposits. First one is in two-tier Mudaraba, depositors find a significant risk in this investment that will be held in the second tier Mudaraba. Second, profits will be in the ups and downs conditions. So, because more parties, more risk, less parties, less risk. So, therefore, this risk is very painful for the depositors. So, therefore, practically, this form of Mudaraba is not much hold, not processed in the Islamic banking sector. Now, we are going to discuss the risks that are very important in Mudaraba mode financing, because this is the solution of interest-free banking. It's a solution of interest-free investments. So that is why it is very important. Although it is not much prevailed in current Islamic banking, but it is a solution of interest-based banking that is very important. One of the major risks with Mudaraba mode of financing is that we find no legal framework in the commercial rules regulations of most countries. We find no legal framework in the commercial laws of most countries, especially non-Islamic countries. There is no commercial laws, because if two partners got some disputes, they have some disputes, some problems in this mode of financing, then how they will be treated. So we need, in Islamic countries, Islamic banking needs commercial laws to support Mudaraba mode of financing. So this risk is very serious, very serious. Okay. Now, the second problem, which one is very important, is that the second major problem is that we cannot specify a time limit in this mode of financing. Like, both partners cannot decide a specific time limit to complete the investment process. Possibly, investment process may take some more time. It is also possible that it may take little time, maybe take 6 months, maybe take 9-10 months to complete the investment process, to reach the proceeds of investment. Simple way. So it is very difficult to specify a time limit to reach the proceeds of Mudaraba mode of financing. That is the major problem, because this mode of financing will be continued until the other partner completes the work for which the agreement was established and the proceeds of investment are collected. उस वक्त तक मुदारबा मोड ऑफ फाइनेंसिंग कंप्लीट नहीं होगा जब तक वर्क कंप्लीट नहीं हो जाता, इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोसेस कंप्लीट नहीं हो जाता और उसके प्रोसीड्स प्रॉफिट्स या लॉस की फॉर्म में सामने नहीं आते, कलेक्ट नहीं हो जाते. So this problems creates difficulties for Islamic banks, because in this way they cannot plan the actual cash flow and profit accrued to the partners. But one advice to deal with this problem from the Islamic scholars, they should consider Mudaraba as either a medium or long-term investment. Islamic banks should consider they deal with Mudaraba mode of financing as medium or long-term investment. So that is the point. But the most central point, it is very difficult to specify a time limit in the Mudaraba mode of finance. In this way, this is a Sharia ruling in the Mudaraba mode of financing that it is not allowed, it is not permissible for the banks to interfere in the running code in order to administer the execution of the project. They cannot interfere in any kind of, in any working of the project. Okay. Bank will normally use contractors with which they have full confidence regarding their technical capabilities and capacity. So in the beginning, banks should involve those contractors who are technically capable and honest. In the running world, banks should not interfere in the investment projects. So that is the implications. कि बेटा आपको समझ आई होगी इंशाल्लाह कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. That is very simple way of explaining. Both are the mode of finance. Like banks को कभी भी बंकी के दरमियान इंटरफेयर नहीं करना. क्यों? इसकी टाइम लिमिट मुकर्रर है. बैंक को शुरू में ही चाहिए कि वो ऐसे कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स हायर करे जो टेक्निकली कैपेबल हैं और ऑनेस्ट हैं. So bank should be well aware of the usage of funds and well aware of about the working of contractors. So okay, now the third risk, the third problem with modern mode of financing is that we can find a mismatch between the amount of withdrawn and the completed work can be happens. A mismatch can be happens. Mismatch between the amount of money withdrawn and the completed work. Maybe deposited amount is higher than the cost of investment. Like ये possible है जो amount deposit हुई है वो ज़्यादा हो, जो invest हुई ज़्यादा हो, लेकिन जो actual cost है वो कम हो. So this overspending at the end of contract. So this overspending may be due to some negligence from the contractors. It is also possible that the contractor did not use all money for the specific projects. It is also possible that he could not manage the spending. It is also possible that he did spend some money in other projects. Contractors के same time पे कई project चल रहे होते हैं. तो contractors को चाहिए जो disposals जो capital को provide किया जाए, जिस project के लिए provide किया जाए उसी project में consume करें, दूसरे project में consume ना करें. It means they should avoid mismatch because this mismatch is a major problem. Sometime overspending, there are the chances of overspending. So that is the risk. That will reduce the amount of profits. The third one, okay, we have done. The third one is okay. Fourth one, maybe project cancellations completely or partially maybe happens during the project. It is possible that any project can be cancelled completely or partially. Possible that. But banks should ensure that bank's investment is not lost. Bank's investment is not lost, and banks should be well aware about the developments throughout the life of projects and should well aware about the project. अब बैंक को चाहिए कि चाहे प्रोजेक्ट कैंसिल हो जाए, पार्शली हो जाए या कम्प्लीटली भी कैंसिल हो जाए, लेकिन बैंक को कम्प्लीटली इन्वेस्टमेंट के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. ये ना हो कि इन्वेस्टर का लॉस हो जाए, कैपिटल प्रोवाइडर का लॉस हो जाए. So careful monitoring of spending will minimize the bank's losses. अगर बैंक केयरफुल मॉनिटरिंग नहीं करेगा तो सम टाइम डिपॉजिटर्स का भी लॉस हो सकता है। अगर बैंक इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, बैंक का गुलमाल है, तो बैंक का भी लॉस हो सकता है। तो केयरफुल मॉनिटरिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। इसके लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जरूरी है कि बैंक उन लोगों को पॉइंट करे, उन लोगों को इन्वेस्टमेंट की मुदारब बनाए, इन्वेस्टमेंट की चांसेस दे जो कैपेबल है एंड ऑनेस्ट। द फिफ्थ वन, project withdrawal may take place. It's also possible that project may be withdrawn by the two parties, especially when the contractor is proved negligent. Possible that when the contractor is negligent, then there are the chances of withdrawal of the project, withdrawal of the investment. Therefore, it is very, very important. Mudaraba agreements must cover this possibility and also be clear and specify the terms and conditions to deal with all kind of matters. Okay, how to control this investment. तो अगर कहीं भी प्रोजेक्ट विड्रॉ भी करना पड़े तो डिपॉजिटर्स का लॉस ना हो। Okay, the last one, that is the final conclusion. In this Mudaraba mode of financing is a special kind of finance that depends upon the bank accepting the performing risk of the contractor. Mudaraba mode of financing, if bank is providing capital, this mode of financing highly depends upon the bank accepting the performance risk of the contractor to perform the work successfully within the project budget and time frame. So, banks finally should be ready to deal with all kind of possibilities. In this way, bank should accept the performance risk of the contractor. Performance risk of the contractor means how contractors perform the investment project. So in this way, banks should monitor the contractor activities, not interfere. In this way, banks can be saved from the losses rising from this mode of finance. So one thing is very, very important, Mudaraba. That is a key point of our lecture. Mudaraba is not without risk. Mudaraba is not without risk because Mudaraba is not without risk because its success depends upon the bank's performance, how banks manage this risk, how banks minimize the risk, how banks examines all matters that directly and indirectly related to the project. So in this way, we can see that the contractor, the project owner, and any matter that may have positive and negative influence on the projects or the agreement, banks should be well aware about the positive and negative future influence. So that is the key point because all losses are borne by the capital providers. Now, if you have any question, you can share your questions. Now I'm going to